man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the man got that stuff. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have the leopard.
This is your boy.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash the True Inferno. Back at it with another Pokemon Unite commentary video gameplay for you guys. And yeah, the NBA season is here. It have already started. And I think we're about like a little over a week into it. But we still got to talk about my predictions for it. Who I got winning it all. Who I got winning each division rather. And where do I have my Pistons? So a lot to talk about here. Let's not waste any time though. Let's just get straight into it. So we're going to start off with the Eastern Conference as usual. And we're going to go into the Atlantic Conference. So that's where the Boston Celtics, the defending champs, are. And I got them winning the division once again. Boston is off to a good start despite not them having Porzingis. So we'll see how that's going to mess them up later on. We don't know. He should be back in December based on what I'm hearing. But I still got Boston not only winning the division, but I got them getting the number 1 seed. The number 2 seed will also come from this division in the form of the New York Knicks. I got the Knicks getting that number 2 seed, and they're going to finish second in the division. And then after them is going to be the Philadelphia 76ers, who I got as the 5th seed overall when this season's over. Yes, I know they're starting the season without Paul George and Embiid, and Embiid is apparently will not play back-to-backs, you know, the second half of back-to-backs, whatever the case may be. I don't know. Although he and the rest of Philly are under investigation by the NBA, I don't know what the result of that will be. But nevertheless, because of the fact that Embiid and Paul George are both injury-prone, I don't have them finishing in the top 4. I have them finishing 5th. And then rounding out the rest of the division will be Brooklyn and Toronto, who I see missing the playoffs and in that, you know, and in those records by that order, by the way. So Brooklyn will get the number 4 spot in the division, followed by Toronto. But Philly would be 3rd, then New York, and then of course Boston will win the division. Moving on to the Central Division, where I got Milwaukee winning the division, but they would get the number 3 seed going into the playoffs. So obviously we're talking about Giannis, we talk about Dame Dollar, but the question is, will they do anything defensively? That's the question that I have. Obviously Giannis can, but Dame? Nah. The rest of the squad? I don't know. So that's a wait and see moment. But I got them going in the postseason with the number 3 seed. The number 4 seed will be right behind them, the Cleveland Cavaliers, which pains me to say. So I got them finishing second in this division. So, yeah, there you go with that. They made some strides last year, some. Well, I don't expect them to improve because of the fact that Boston, New York, and Philly made all these crazy trades. But Cleveland will be in the mix. Cleveland will be in the mix. They will get a top 4 spot in the playoffs. I got them number 4, by the way. And then I got the Indiana Pacers going into the postseason with the number 8 seed, but they would finish 3rd in this division. So the Pacers, I don't think they've done anything to improve their squad as well. Again, they're going to be offensively sounded, even though they currently 1-4 right now, but I still say they're going to bounce back and make the playoffs, but barely. So I got them at the number 8 seed. Then after that, it's going to be Chicago, who's going to be on the outside looking in. I could say that they're going to be a 9th seed, and then it's going to be Detroit. So Detroit will end this division last. And hopefully they get the number 1 seed this time. And they better not be screwed 3 years in a row. Otherwise, I'm going to be extremely pissed. But nevertheless, let's move on. The Southeast Division, I got Miami winning this division, but they're going to get the 6th seed going into the playoffs. So the Southeast Division, quite frankly, could be the weakest division in all the NBA, you know, in my opinion. Or at the very least, when the end of the season come along. But nevertheless, I got Miami winning this division, but they're going to get the 6th seed. The 7th seed will go to Orlando, who's going to finish 2nd in the division. They made the playoffs last year. I expect them to make the playoffs again this year. And then everybody else obviously won't make the playoffs, but let's go for them anyway. We got Charlotte, who I think going to be the 10th seed, and then Washington, and then Atlanta will finish last in this division. Now let's move on to the rest. Starting with the Northwest Division. I got OKC not only winning this division, but they're going to get the number 1 seed. I like OKC. They're still young, but they're going to be doing some major things when it comes to the regular season. They're barely going to get that division and the number 1 seed over the number 2 seed, Denver Nuggets, who I see finishing 2nd in this division. So there you go with that. Then we got the number 7 seed Minnesota Timberwolves. They're gonna finish third in this division, but yet the Timberwolves, without though they won't have Carl and Anthony Towns, but they still gonna make the playoffs because they still got a pretty good squad. So yeah, there you go with that. After that, Portland will be on the outside looking in. As I see Portland as the number 9 seed, but they're gonna get 4th in this division. Then Utah will finish last. Now moving on to the Pacific, this was a tough one to call actually, but I'm gonna roll with Phoenix. I don't know. I think they're gonna try their hardest to make a push here. They're gonna get the number 4 seed, but they're gonna win this division right here, and it's gonna be a close one. Closely behind them will be the Golden State Warriors, who will be the number 5th seed and will finish 2nd in this division. Obviously, missing Clay will hurt them, but they still got Steph and they still got Draymond, so that should carry them, somewhere in this season. But we'll see. We'll see. But I got them 5th. Ahead of the Lakers, who I got 6th in the conference, but 3rd in this division. The Lakers are going to have up and down year, in my opinion, but they still should make the playoffs and not make the play-in this time around. So there's that. And then after them is going to be the Clippers, who they still have Kawhi Leonard, who is, again, injury-prone, and he's already missing games before the season. Well, really, before the season started, and he's been missing games since the season started. I don't see the Clippers going anywhere. They lost Paul George, and even though I still see them making the playoffs, no, I don't see them making the playoffs. Oh, my bad. I got them missing the playoffs, so that's going to happen there. But they got going to be 4th in this division, ahead of the Sacramento Kings, who I got finishing dead last in this division. Now let's move on to the Southwest Division. Number 3 seed will belong to the Dallas Mavericks, and they will win this division. I don't see why they wouldn't win it because they still got Luka, they still got Kyrie. They got a decent squad, so they should make some noise here. And then the number 8 seed will go to the New Orleans Pelicans. Young squad right here. What's his name? I forgot his name. Their superstar, the one that get injured, like he's still injury prone, but they should have enough talent to get that number 8 seed right there. Following them will be Memphis, and then Houston, and then San Antonio will round up the division. Now, basically, let me recap how I got the season ending. In the East, Boston will get the number 1 seed, followed by New York, then Milwaukee, then Cleveland, followed by Philly, then Miami, and then Orlando, and then Indy. And then in the rest, it will be OKC, followed by Denver. Third would go to Dallas, then Phoenix. Then it would be Golden State at the number 5 spot. Then the Lakers would be in 6th. Then Minnesota. And then New Orleans will get that number 8 spot. So let's go into my playoff predictions, shall we? So I got Boston going up against Indy in the Eastern Conference Finals rematch. Boston should win this one 4-1. Whether Porzingis is there or not. So there's that. Then they're going to face the winner of the 4-5 matchup, which would be Cleveland over Philly. I got Cleveland winning this one 4-2, which means Cleveland is going to win a game on the road at some point. The 3-6 matchup, we're going to see our upset here. I got Miami over Milwaukee. So, yeah, I got Miami winning this one 4-2 because Miami always do well in the postseason for the most part. Last season, they took on Boston, I believe, in the first round. So, like, come on now, it's Boston. And I think Miami was missing players as well. So, that was like the only exception right there. But outside that, Miami should be all right in the first round at least. And then they're going to make it to the second round, where they're going to take on the 2-7 winner, which would be New York. I got New York knocking off Orlando 4-2. And New York, with the number 2 seed, will move on to the next round with home field advantage once again. And then second round, Boston against Cleveland. I got Boston winning this one 4-2. Will be the score rather. I mean, with the series rather. Boston would be too much for Cleveland. And Boston has the number 1 seed. Like, there's no way Cleveland is going to do anything with them. And then New York and Miami, that's going to go 7 games. But I got New York winning this one, mostly because they got home field. So, yeah, New York winning this one 4-3. Setting up a Eastern Conference Finals matchup. I believe in that. Despite them playing against each other to start the year and despite how it ended, I got New York winning in 6. I think New York going to get it together because they did get some new players. I think they're going to gel. They're going to get better defensively. I think New York going to win that one in 6 and go to the NBA Finals. And they're going to win the Eastern Conference. Now let's move on to the rest. Number 1 versus number 8. OKC winning that one against the Pelicans 4-2. No issues there. I got OKC winning that one. They're going to take on the 4-5 winner, which would be Golden State. I got Golden State knocking off Phoenix 4-2 here. So, yeah, that's going to be a little bit of an upset there, but I think Steph will be able to carry them over Phoenix in a game where Phoenix doesn't play defense, in the series rather, where Phoenix don't play defense, and Golden State have enough defense to withstand Phoenix offense. So, there's that. Now, the 3-6 matchup, another upset. I got the Lakers knocking off Dallas 4-2. Let's not sleep on the Lakers. The Lakers, over the course of the past 2 years, potentially could beat anybody in the West. Their only kryptonite was the Denver Nuggets. That's the only team that knocked them out both years. If it wasn't for Denver, who knows? I'm not saying they would win it all, but who knows? I'm not going to rule it out completely. So I got the Lakers knocking out Dallas, in 6 games, 4-2. And speaking of Denver, they're going to knock out Minnesota. That's going to go 7 games. Minnesota, in my opinion, have always played in tough, but even though Karl Anthony Towns won't be there, Julius Randle will be there, though. But Denver, I think they're going to need 7 games to knock out Minnesota, and they're going to move on to face those Lakers. And let's get that match out of the way. Denver winning that one 4-2. So if memory serves it correctly, 2 years ago, Denver swept the Lakers. Last year, Denver beat them in 5. They're going to beat them in 6. So it's starting to go up. I got Denver knocking off the Lakers in 6 games. Meanwhile, OKC and Golden State, I got OKC knocking off Golden State in 6 games as well. So there you go. That's too much talent for Golden State to deal with. So I got OKC winning that one. And then the Western Conference Finals, I got Denver winning in 6 games. They'll be the number 2 seed, but I got Denver winning that one in 6 games, 4-2, which set up a battle for the championship involving number 2 seeds, New York and Denver. I got Denver winning this one 4-1. So yeah, Denver will be back on top with another NBA championship, especially since they got Russell Westbrook. So yeah, there you go with that. And Russell Westbrook will finally get a championship. So there you have it. I'm going to call it a wrap now. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is boy New J Gatsby, a.k.a. New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.